Dietary is still kicking around the chat here. Bitcoin is not increasing in supply. There is no second best. Yeah, exactly. Tell me, he says, I've got a link to an article talking about Peter Todd proposing to raise the supply of Bitcoin. I mean, there's been a lot of proposals. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? That's the beauty of, yeah, I'm not saying that you think he's Satoshi. He's been a big part of Bitcoin though, and what Bitcoin has become. He was part of the block wars back in 2017 or whenever it was. But just because Peter Todd thinks that we should raise the supply of Bitcoin, or anybody did, even Satoshi started moving his coins around, he made a press conference and said, okay, I want to increase the supply of Bitcoin from 21 million to 21 billion. Deal with it. It doesn't matter. He has no ability to do that. Even with 1 million coins, he has no influence on that. If he's running a node, he has a vote in what happens. So, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, you can't just, it doesn't matter what Peter Todd says or Satoshi or Donald Trump or anybody. It's not based on it. You're thinking of like the proof of stake. That's how proof of stake works, which is like Ethereum, all these other coins. Proof of stake means like if you had half the coins, you could decide how things go. That's exactly what happens with Ethereum. There's a small group of those reptiles that own Ethereum, and they decide the roadmap of Ethereum. If they want to increase the supply, they vote on it, and they do. It's based on their ownership of Ethereum. With Bitcoin, it's based on who's running nodes. That's who decides. And if you want to fork it, and if you want to download a new version of the blockchain, then you do that. And if there's the majority of people do that, then yes, Bitcoin could change, could increase the supply, could change the algorithm. But unless you have a really good reason for that, it's not going to happen. Thank you for the response. No problem. I think it's important. I mean, I very much welcome stuff like that, as long as you're doing it in like a respectful way and not, like the guy we had in here last week. Bingo. Timber Crasher. In order to have a vote not to raise the supply of Bitcoin, you have to run a node. The node is your vote. So Peter Todd, Satoshi, if they're running a node, then they can vote for the new fork of Bitcoin that has 21 billion. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen. They'll just be running they'll just get the new copy of the blockchain, which nobody else will give a shit about. The longest chain wins. And that's what's happened here. That's what the block size war was. They forked it. The people decided that they didn't want to do that. The majority of node holders or node runners didn't go along with that. They got a bunch of free Bitcoin Cash. They bought Bitcoin with that. And look at the difference there. Bitcoin is worth 68,000, and I think Bitcoin Cash is worth what, $300? So